In the background, you can hear the brand new track from my special guest who's here. He's in the building. Do you want to introduce yourself to the people listening to the beat, London?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy 2badda in the place, in the building.
2badda's here. You finally made it.
We reached, finally got here.
I was saying, and everyone said it, so it's not even a lie. Like normally, doors lock off after a certain time, but
gone.
When a man like 2badda's in the building, come and lock you
No,
down.
that's blessed, man. That's 100% blessed.
What's happening, man? What's happening?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Things is moving.
Things are definitely moving. So we were just saying off air, it's been a long time since we've spoken. It's just after COVID.
Yeah, I think 4 years since our last interview.
Absolutely. So I've seen you out and about. You're doing so much stuff. The first thing I want to know from you actually is when we spoke last time, you were working, you were chefing, you were doing all that good stuff.
That's right.
Because you've been rapping for a long time. But at this point now, your rap was starting to just do a madness.
Right, yeah, definitely.
Are you still working in the kitchens?
Right, so I still got my hands in those industries.
Okay.
So what I did is I moved on and started my own business in the chefing.
Yeah, okay.
COVID kind of give that a bit of a crush. But we kind of picked up, so there's still existing contracts. So we still flutter and still do bits and pieces. So yeah, man, I love the cooking. I love that industry.
Okay. When you're at home, do you cook at home?
Yeah, I cook.
You still cook at home?
Yeah, I cook at home.
Because a lot of people that cook don't like to cook at home.
Yeah. No, I cook at home.
Okay,
I cook at home.
Okay, cool. All right. Who did you learn your cooking from? Was it just an independent thing, or was that your mum and?
Yeah, mum, family taught me to cook from early, and then a good brethren of mine passed away now. Barry, rest in peace. But Barry is the one who brought me into professional cooking.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Barry.
Cool. Okay, so let's talk about. Let's just try and fast forward to when things started kicking off for you, really and truly. It was, I'm sure it was after the George Floyd, wasn't it?
George Floyd, yeah, that's right.
And then you started, was it the first, you were sitting in your car, you were doing your just...
The freestyles in the car.
How long did it take you to write them freestyles?
It all depends, you know. Some of them are really quick.
Yeah.
Some of them I might, like the George Floyd one.
Yeah.
That one took a couple days.
Okay.
Because I'd write a bit, stop.
Yeah.
Right, and it was still unfolding. It was still happening.
Yeah.
But then I had another one that I'd done on the Missy beat.
Yeah.
Vaccination thing. I wrote that one in like 2 hours.
But
so it just depends on the vibe at the time.
But you were churning them out quite quickly. So what?
Oh, definitely.
What I was thinking as well was, how are you even rehearsing all these? And then, well, you know, how many takes was it taking? Because there must have been bare takes.
No, do you know what it is? Before I get in front of that camera, I've rehearsed it myself 100 times, 200. I've gone over it so much. So when I get in front of the camera, it should just flow now.
Fair. Okay.
I don't press that record until I know. So I ain't getting myself caught out like that.
Do you still have those posted up? Like, can people still go and check them out?
Yeah, no, 100%. I left them there on purpose because they're history.
On your socials?
Yeah, and it was talking about everything that was happening at the time.
Definitely was.
And because we moved on so fast, sometimes you'll forget some of the stages.
But you know what the funny thing is? Even though, so anyone who's listening, if you can, go and check out 2badda's freestyles. They're still on his page now. They're available. Just scroll down, you'll find them sitting in his car. What's actually interesting that you say that, because at the time it was good that you were capturing the time, but now, as you say, it's actually history.
Yeah. So
you go back and you just think, oh yeah, I can't believe that happened.
Can't believe it happened. Like how the scale of it as well.
Yeah.
I remember it caught us all by surprise. No one didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
It was new for everyone.
Yeah,
so we went through a new experience together.
Yeah, definitely. Since then, you've released a lot of music. Yeah. You're about to release an EP.
Yes.
But talk to me about your journey, because you've been doing other things other than that. You've been involved in certain movements. Yeah. You opened up a school.
Yeah, that's right. So I founded a Saturday school.
Okay.
So now we run courses for 8 to 16-year-olds every Saturday in Woodpecker in New Cross.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was just something that I'd always wanted to do, always wanted to give back. And I found an opportunity along this journey. So with that, I've been working with a lot of community organisations in the last few years and won some awards. And I even ran into politics for a bit and done...
Going to ask you about that as well.
I ran for local council. I shout out Taking the Initiative Party, Charles Gordon. Yeah, we was like... Well, the only way to make real change is to sit on the same table as them, innit?
So talk to me about that.
Went into that.
So what made you do that in the first? I know you said you were thinking about it, but what actually made you say, you know what, we can do this? And then, like, how do you even get started doing that?
Well, do you know what? Yeah, shout out to Charles Gordon, because he had already had the party up and running.
Okay.
So he had founded the Taken Initiative Party.
Yeah.
He's got it up and running.
Yeah.
And literally it was the next local elections that I went into. So the base was already set.
Yeah. So what's that like when you go into that and you're sitting at the table with all these other politicians
it's
and you're
surreal.
this guy just from the road, like you're just
it's surreal. The hustings that we went into.
Were you wearing suits or were you going in your trackies?
No, I was going in my blazer and
Okay,
my shirt.
right,
Yeah, I
okay.
was smarter than that.
All right. No Air Forces.
No,
All
I
right.
had to take man serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting to see the other side of the table.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
have a
yeah.
peak at certain of the budgets and where some of the money's
Oh,
going.
you can see
Things
it.
that we wouldn't really get to see before.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
And when you were seeing that, were you like, no, this can't be right. Like,
Exactly that. It was like, where's like Fairfield Halls? They spent how much millions and millions on this refurb. And when you go in there, it looks like it's had a lick of paint. So somebody's pocketing the dough. And then there's hotels that they were spent 20 million to build this hotel, never finished it, but the money gone.
And then where's our community centres?
Right, where are the community centres? Where are the alternative educations? Where was all this stuff that we had took for granted?
Yeah. Okay. So what happened with that there in the end? So you ran what?
So it was Taken Initiative's first punch at politics.
Yeah.
So we won, we got quite a few votes. We didn't win any seats on that one.
Okay.
So it was about just keep the momentum going. So
are you gonna keep going?
So Taken Initiative are still going.
Yeah.
As for me running for councillor again, like I'm busy. So much other stuff, but I'm always supporting Charles, always supporting their movements. I'm there for them.
Big up Charles.
Shout out Donna Murray Turner as well, because she's running for them. She just ran for local mayor.
Okay.
Right, so she's part of their campaign now. She's doing great works in the community. So shout out Donna.
Okay, very nice. Shout out to Donna. So what are you on at the moment? Like, so let's talk about these awards first. I'm gonna go through. So what awards have you been put up for? What have you won?
Right. So the 2badda Trust, that's my organisation that I founded for the school. So that got nominated for a Grassroots Organisation Award.
Okay.
And then myself personally got nominated for Social Media Influencer Award.
Okay.
Yes, and that's the one I won. So
and you won that one?
I won the Social Media Influencer Award. Yeah. So
who are you up against?
Quite a few people actually. I can't remember their names. I can't remember them.
Doesn't even matter. No one remembers second place.
No, but you know what was so good about that award, Charles, is that it was the community who nominated all the people.
Okay.
So it was put out to the community months before. Who do you think in the community should be? So it was very, very good.
Yeah, okay. Now, the things that you were doing at the time as well had a massive impact. I remember it was huge.
Absolutely.
That must have taken you by surprise. I know we're going back now, but that, like, you obviously went out there, didn't expect nothing of it, just done your freestyle.
That's it.
And then all of a sudden, boom.
Well, check this here. I'd almost like, not put music down, but just put it to like a hobby.
Yeah.
Something I love, I'd always do.
Yeah.
But it was more like a hobby for me at the time.
Yeah.
When lockdown happened, I just started doing freestyle. I thought, all right, I've got some time around. Let me give them some freestyle.
Yeah.
So I was just dropping one a week just to report on the news and what was going on. And then I done 9 of them. George Floyd murder happened. Yeah. And that fueled the lyrics for number 10, and then the rest is history. As
a rapper, because you've been rapping for some time now, did you think, oh, your time's done now, it's a young man's game?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This conversation is going around. As soon as you hit the 30 marks, and then start going on from there, this conversation is common amongst the man. So like, there's a lot of man trying to still feel, they got that rapper in them, but they can't find their place out here because it's the things they were talking about. You've moved on now, you're not talking about those things, and you don't think it's cool to rap about working in the office. West End.
And the young people don't want to hear you saying like,
they don't want to hear about you working in the office in West End. So there is definitely this ground where some feel like, that's a young man's game. But for me, I see it's art, and we're all artists, so your art can't die.
Cool, wicked. So let's talk about your EP. You got an EP coming out soon. Let's talk about your new single first. New single drops when?
Next week, Friday, the 29th of November.
And it's called?
My Category.
And we just played it, but explain to anyone who just missed it or didn't understand it, what is it about?
Right, so My Category is all about the things that I stand for. The video is mad visuals. I brought in some people who kind of like stand on the same thing as me, the organisations that I've been working with. Don't want to say no names because I don't want to give away nothing for the video. But it's about showing unity in the video and showing what we stand for.
Okay. Where's the video shot?
East London and South.
Okay.
Bits in both actually.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Actually, talking about like videos and stuff. So we've seen you among other people, like let's say Respect, let's say Vic Santoro,
Yeah.
like doing bits in the community.
Mm.
I got in a lot of trouble at one point. I can't remember if we spoke about this before, because I said about protests. As much as I like people that protest and I agree people should protest, I feel that it falls on deaf ears. Or I likened it to like parents and a naughty child. And then you let the naughty child just scream until they get tired, and then it goes away.
Right.
How do you feel having been part of all these protests? Now what?
I had the same opinion before I got involved in it.
Yeah.
And now, what I believe is the protests, like, they do more than just try and get this bill turned over or an immediate effect. I think it's more about a psychological effect.
Okay.
Like, it's more about letting somebody know that no matter what, I'm not going to let you get away with it.
Yeah.
I will always stand up and put a stand down for if I think there's an injustice. So I think just so long as that message is being shared out, it's always worth doing a protest.
But then, so once you've said your bit, then what?
Once you've said your bit, now you get back to the community work and forward on the stuff that you was just talking about in the protest.
Fair.
Make the links with the organisations.
Yeah.
Make the donations.
Yeah.
Spend with local businesses.
Yeah.
These are the things that you can be doing on a day-to-day.
Yeah.
And encourage the youth.
Okay. What would you? That's another point. We're going to come to your EP in a minute, but keeping to this point, what would be your advice to young people in the community? And on subjects like this, where you want to keep the money in the community and you want to do things to empower your community, what would your advice be, being someone who's been fighting for certain rights within the community?
Yeah,
what
I
would you
think
say?
for young people it starts very simple. Support local brands. So you've all got that friend who's got a t-shirt business. You've all got that friend who's doing some hats and he's printing up some. Support that. Your auntie's food shop. Support that business. Like all these little things that we could be doing, I think we just need to be doing more of it and focus on ourselves a bit more.
Okay, cool. The EP coming out in
February 15th.
Okay. What's inspired the EP? Why the EP? Why now?
You know what? Yeah, a lot of people know me for my freestyles. I haven't put out no music for I've put out a couple singles along the journey actually, because Any Weather was put out this year, earlier on. But this body of work now I've been building for a little while, and I think it's time now to give the world some music from 2badda instead of the freestyles that everyone knows me for. They know I do music as well, but I think it's time to give them this body of work, and I'm very proud of what we got currently.
Cool. Okay. Any features on the EP?
Yeah, we got a couple features on there. So I've got Sophia on there. She's a new singer that we're bringing through. I've got Suavo on there as well. Big up Suavo. I've got Logic Army on there.
I knew you'd have to be on there.
Logic's on there, and Shumba Youth is on there as well. Okay. Oh, and Cookie is on there as well.
Of course, yeah.
Cookie from One Voice. Anybody who remembers that.
Yeah.
Cookie is back on this one as well.
Cool.
We got a different track with me and Cookie. Yeah,
cool.
something different.
Okay. Remind us, when's that come out?
Right, so that's coming out the 15th of February.
Okay, cool. Anything that you think that you need to get across to the people?
Definitely. On the 15th of February, we're having the EP launch party to celebrate the launch of the EP. So EP goes out in the morning. At night, we're partying to celebrate. So that's at Catford, Riva, 15th of February 2025. Ladies, 3 before 11.
Cool. And if you're really tall, be careful because the ceilings are really low in Riva. The ceilings are massive in Riva.